Alright guys, Sony have released the official form factor for PlayStation VR2, and it has some pretty interesting details that you have to see. Before we get started, if you enjoy this video and are looking forward to PlayStation VR2 as much as I am, consider subscribing for everything PlayStation VR2 in the future. Now let's begin. The news comes to us via the PlayStation blog where Senior Vice President Hideaki Nishino breaks down the new details. The design of the PSVR2 headset takes on a similar look to that of the PS5 console and products itself, sporting a two-tone color set with black on the inside and white on the outer plates, but rather than flat edges has a more rounded shape since it's meant to have a constant human contact. For as many things that are dated on the Gen 1 PSVR headset, it still remained tried and true when it comes to comfort. I mean, you can wear that thing for hours upon hours without experiencing any discomfort, even to the point of people falling asleep in it. True story. So they went with a similar concept for the ergonomics, carefully balancing the headset weight and having an adjustable headband that they patented known as the Halo strap. There's also an adjustable scope that places the scope area closer or further away from the face, which made it easier for those who wear glasses, and the audio jack is in the same spot in the back, which is great for keeping headphones tucked away behind you. But not everything is the same as the first headset. There's a new adjustment dial where users can easily adjust the IPD rather than having to take pictures and adjust it through the system settings, and the design is slimmer with a lightweight reduction, even with wider 110 field of view and the new built-in motor for headset feedback. But here is quite literally the coolest part of the headset, and that is it has a freaking ventilation system. Senior Art Director at SIE, Yujin Morisawa, tells us more and states, quote, "When I started to work on the design for the PlayStation VR2 headset, one of the areas I wanted to focus on first was the idea of creating a vent in the headset to let air out, similar to the vents on the PS5 console that allows airflow. Our engineers came up with this idea as a good way to allow ventilation and avoid having the lens fog up while players are immersed in their VR games. I worked on many design concepts to achieve this, and in the final design, you can see there is a little space in between the top and front surface of the scope that contains the integrated ventilation. I am really proud of how this turned out and the positive feedback I have gotten so far. I hope our PlayStation fans will also agree, and I can't wait for them to try it out." End quote. So I'm extremely excited about this. Although I seldom experienced lens fogging, it certainly happened from time to time, especially when playing fitness and other physical VR games. So this is easily one of the biggest new features in the form factor design. They go on to feature one final treat with us, and that is the front and back headbands feature tons of tiny little sacred symbol icons scattered around it, which is a tiny detail I certainly appreciated on the PS5 and DualSense controllers. The remainder of the info is what we already know, but definitely no slouch, such as 4K OLED with HDR, which is huge, eye tracking technology for social interactions, and state-of-the-art rendering for higher fidelity wherever you look, inside-out tracking, which is a huge step over the Gen 1 light tracking system, headset feedback, and many more specs that can be seen on the PlayStation VR2 specs homepage. Now, let's take a look at a few things you might have missed as they weren't really mentioned in the article. The Halo strap has the same earphone holders as the V2 headset, which has me wondering if these will also include some sort of ergonomic earbuds, as it was really useful for keeping the earbuds and headset together and tucked away with being easily accessible as well. At first glance, I thought the front faceplate looked a little blank, which it is, but when you look closely at everything, it's actually pretty amazing. I like the way the sides curve, and there's actually a small light on the bottom center and PlayStation logo on the right facing side that gives a minimalistic but much needed addition. And I know it's not really important, but I did love the glowing lights on the Gen 1 headset, so call it nostalgia, but I needed this. The rubber cushioning also has some sort of rib design on the sides and inside the headset, which is likely part of the ventilation design. The PlayStation VR2 Sense controller charging inputs can be spotted on the bottom front of the controllers, which gives you an idea of how they might rest in a docking station. These are also confirmed to use USB Type-C. From the top-down view, you can see the IPD adjustment to the left, the scope adjustment to the right, and there's a new headset strap adjustment on the back, which instead of a gear and a button now has a dial for tightening and a release button all in one piece. There's also some visible sectional pieces that might be for more flexibility, and of course you can see the nice big lenses that have a 110 field of view and they look pretty large. So, a couple thoughts here. I was actually surprised by Sony just keeping this to a blog post, as this was one of the many pain points with the marketing first gen. But I do think there will be a more traditional showcase that shows off the goods such as the games, demonstrations of the features, and technical breakdowns, maybe even as early as GDC or possibly sooner. Secondly, I love that they kept a lot of the same designs as the original headset because, as I stated, it's incredibly comfortable to wear and play in, as I've spent up to 18 hours in one day on gaming sessions and never even thought twice about how long I had been wearing the headset. Finally, while some mainstream audiences were hoping for wireless functionality, having the single cable will allow for high fidelity gaming at low latency, as well as never having to worry about short battery life, and also helps to keep the headset light and comfy with good weight distribution. So that's it, guys. What do you think about the new headset form factor? Are you excited for PlayStation VR 2? When do you think we're going to get it? What do you think the price is going to be? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe for everything PlayStation VR 2 related in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.